She thought Judge Cranick was the manager. That was my first video. Does this bitch think he's the manager? Like, why is he
Well,
like?
it's because she wasn't getting her way. Just like when I didn't call her Sarah and I called her the suitcase killer, she wanted to confront me about that. Oh, that's what you're gonna call me? Yeah, that's what you did, right? You did stuff your boyfriend in the suitcase, correct? Correct.
But she lacks like total awareness of like she's talking to the man who's eventually going to decide her fate, and she's talking to him crazy like he has to answer to her. Do you know?
Because she doesn't get the concept. I don't think, I do think that Sarah has some mental problems because
Yeah.
she doesn't get the severity of her actions. And I see that with a lot of autistic people. I do. Autistic children, autistic adults, they don't get what they do. They lack that social cue of, okay, I just did this, and this is the reaction, and they think that they didn't do anything wrong. So she might be narcissistic, she might have autism, but
She might have ADHD because she's
there's
all over
something
the
that's
place.
not diagnosed where she doesn't comprehend the severity of what she did. She thinks, oh, because it's so quote unquote a great day, that it was okay that I don't remember beating the fuck out of him and stuffing him in a suitcase. I honestly don't think George got in there on his own. I
Oh
think
no,
she
I don't
beat
think
him
so
with that
either.
suitcase, threw him down them stairs. That's why the neighbor said they heard a thud. And when he was unconscious, stuffed his ass in that suitcase and started flipping his ass around and recording. And when he came to, that's why he sounded like that. That's what
Oh.
I think
Yeah, I
happened.
think he was coming to also like that first time when he was like Sarah, like it was, he was
Yeah, it sounded like
realizing
he
his
was just
predicament.
coming to from whatever just happened. It didn't sound like he was in an argument with her. They were just joking around. He sounded very lethargic. He
Right.
sounded more than drunk. He sounded like somebody knocked him and he was like trying to find out where she was.
Like disoriented.
Sarah,
Yes.
like a
Yeah.
help me call. And like, how do you think that that's a boy calling wolf? He sounded in distress.
He sure did. And imagine him being in there knocked out and then waking up and realizing, "Oh, I'm in this
And
suitcase."
then
You know
you
what I mean?
can't
And
move
like,
and you're like this, that would
yeah.
petrify you. He
Yeah,
sounded
because his head was
petrified.
down, arms were down front and his knees up to his chest. So it was oh, yeah.
Can you imagine waking up like that after getting your ass beat and not realizing that who did it, and then you're calling for your baby because you don't know what happened, and then the next thing you hear is "fuck you." This is what you did to me. I can't breathe, Sarah. Well, that's what happens when you cheat on bitch. How
Yeah.
psychotic are you?
Very. She's very. Oh my god. Yeah.
Like
And she thought she was walking
anybody is,
home. She thought she was going home. Like how did she what reality is that?
yeah, and in actuality, come on now. If you're gonna get your phone back, they're gonna come and give it to you. They're not gonna make you come down to the station. They made you come down the station for questioning, and as soon as they read you your Miranda rights, you should have fucking known right then and there that you were not leaving that interrogation.
Right.
Nine
Right.
times out of ten, if you ever watch anything, if you've ever done any studying, 9 out of 10, when you get your fucking rights read to you, you're not going home.
She excels at everything though. She always knows what to do.
That'd be like me being, yeah, I had a 3.5 for my GPA National Honor Roll. I could have went to Harvard, but I chose to get married and have a baby. What does
Oh
that
my
have to do
god.
with now? I'm almost 40 years old.
Right.
What the
Right. She
fuck?
was 42 talking about her high school.
Right. Like, you're old now, bitch. What does your high school achievements have to do with you right now? Stuffing your boyfriend in a suitcase after he got plastered, thinking it was going to be fun to beat him up.
Oh my god.
That poor guy couldn't even swing a baseball bat. I can see him smacking Sarah in the face a couple of times, but I really don't see him beating the shit out of her like that. Hey, did you see he couldn't even swing that bat to beat the TV?
And he was breathing heavy. He could barely lift it up. You would think he was pulling up like a 300-pound woman. He was like,
Yes,
like, oh my
yes.
god, yeah. And she
I
set
just,
him up. Like clearly he wasn't angry. She was trying to portray it like he was so angry he had to tear up the TV. Like she was
yeah, but
egging
if
him
you
on.
also look at the research and really dig deep, Sarah was constantly fucking with George, especially with his probation. she would constantly call his probation officer to get him in trouble or threaten him with that. And it's like, oh,
She
if you don't do it.
weaponized it, like, so she could keep
Yes.
her foot on his neck.
It was a
Yeah,
control factor. So she'd be like, if you don't do this, I'm going to call your probation officer. If you don't do that, I'm going to call your probation officer. The poor guy couldn't, got his fucking birth certificate ripped up by her because she was trying to control shit.
right. Oh my god.
Oh, I think it's hilarious what you said, though. Now she can't get her birth certificate, bitch. How does it feel? How does it feel?
Right. She was so like, why tear that up and then send him a picture? Like, she's the president of
Because
Petty
that's what the
University.
narcissistic does. It's a control factor. She did that because she was trying to say, see, now you have to go get it again, and you don't got all the proper paperwork to get it. You need me.
Right. And it was never his. She would say, it's mine. I paid for it. Like, how are you claiming his birth certificate, ma'am?
Right. Is your name on there? I don't think so. Last time I checked, your name wasn't George, it was Sarah. You had a pussy, not a dick.
That part. Route Iris was asking, was Sarah gay for this day? Route, I feel that she was with Christina based on all of their shenanigans. But what did you see, Miss K?
Say that again?
Did you see her be gay for the stay with anyone? Engage in any enjoying of others' lady bits?
No, I mean I did see other people's enjoying of other people's lady bits, but Miss Sarah did not partake in any lady bits taking that I know of.
Okay.
Unless she did it before I got there, and that's why she was being an extra bitch when I was there because she wasn't getting it no more. I mean, during my stay, I saw none of that. I did see others, but I don't say nothing. It's not my place.
There you go. Angelina says she has 5 brothers and a sister. Those chairs can still be a weapon.
Yes, they can. Trust me. That's why, I politely one day was next to a racist African American woman, and she was crazy. And I knew this, and she screamed in front of everybody that she did not like Mexicans or white people as loud as she could to me. And I was feeling some type of way, and I put my lock in my sock, and I was about to hit her. And I'm like, no, Miss K, go downstairs, go downstairs. You don't need more charges. Remember why you're here. So I
Oh
took
my
my
god.
ass downstairs, and I told that CL, I said, you better get that bitch before I do. And I'm swinging my sock and my lock like this. And I'm like, I'm telling you, I'm about to go up to her. I'm going to beat that bitch's ass and need to get her away from me. I'm going to hit her.
Oh my god.
Sarah kept to herself a lot. Unless she was,
Really?
yeah, unless she was talking to those two girls and then trying to like whisper into the CO's ears, she kept away from a lot of people. Like I did see her on the phone every now and then, and she did have some visitations, but she didn't talk to anybody like that. Unless it was like around her bunk or those two other girls, Stephanie and that other chick. I told you I don't even remember her name. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see
Oh
her
my.
face in my head, but the name is like
It's just you don't need to use your memory space for that.
No, because I told you I have nothing in common with these people. I mean, both those people that she was associating herself with were in there for drugs.
Right. Carolina is saying methadone is synthetic heroin. It will get you high and make you nod. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say because I just watched somebody get pulled over. I mean, not in real life, on a body cam, and she said she was at the methadone, and she just left the methadone clinic, and she was going like they got her for a DUI. But anyway,
Because it's an intoxication.
yikes. So they
How can you?
pick up people and take them out to the methadone lab from the jail?
Yes, and they're gone
Okay.
half the day. Yeah,
Oh wow. Okay.
they'll come and get them early in the morning or like after lunch sometimes, and they'll come back maybe 3 4 hours later. They have to go to a whole nother place.
Kara. Yes, I agree. Like we're all grown. Um, I have 2 catering businesses and a franchise owner, but I'm the only the owner. Now my oldest daughter took over. Okay, I don't know what that is. Yeah, little Miss Sarah. I think she's in for a rude awakening, and it'll be interesting like how she develops in there, because I imagined her in jail with like flying monkeys, do you know, like little people to do her bidding, because she seems like a people collector, like little pets, like Here, my pretty.
Unless she was doing that through like the writings and her pen pals, or the couple people around her bunk, and like the other two, I didn't really see her associate. She's really one of those sneaky narcissistic. She's like a little mouse. You don't know it's there until it's too late.
Yeah, because she tries to contain herself, right? I felt like that on the stand. Like she was trying to hold back
Yeah,
and
because
like
she
there's
knows
something
that
bubbling.
the guard is right there. So it takes one fuck up and you're getting tased or pepper spray. They don't give a shit. They will tase you. They will pepper spray you. They do not care.
Wow.
They don't care. And she did get a lot of mail, so I can see her having a lot of
Fan mail?
cult mail. I'm gonna call it
Oh.
cult mail because
Oh, let's not graduate her to a cult leader. I'm
no,
not
I'm
ready
gonna
yet.
say that because anybody that can put in their brain that her actions and her behavior is proper, they have some problems themselves and probably will follow you if you say drink the red wine, we're going to see, Jesus next Tuesday, we're moving to Mars. They would believe you.
Now we're going to see Jesus next Tuesday. Oh my God.
This is Sarah's just weird. Like I can see her trying to do some weird shit like that. Like you don't understand. Like some of the shit she said to me, I was like, "What do you mean? How else am I supposed to? I don't know your name. I know your charge. I remember what you did. Like, am I supposed to remember your name?"
You probably caught her on the wrong day. Like that insecurity flared up. She didn't want to be called a murderer, but she didn't want to take a plea deal for manslaughter. Like it bugged her.
And I mean, that's part of her and the narcissism, not trying to take responsibilities for anything. She might even have some psychotic or psychopathic in her. Like seriously, like psychotics and psychopaths, they don't take responsibilities for anything. They think that what they did. Look at Ted Bundy. Look at
Oh,
fucking the Zodiac killer. Look at fucking Charles Manson. They have no remorse. They're not the one to blame. They're the victim. Remember?
it's so
Sarah has the
crazy.
same qualities as them. And that is very sad to say because she does seem like a very intelligent, smart woman. I'm not going to lie. She seems very smart, but she's stupid on how she delivers herself.
Right.
She had better delivery with the intelligence that she had. She could have gotten so much farther in life.
It's her entitlement though, right? Because when you ask someone for a favor, you are usually nice, but not her. She
No.
is like telling you what you're going to do for her, which makes
Yeah,
it
pretty much.
annoying. Like
It'd
we
be
don't
like
have
me
to do
coming to
what you
you saying,
say.
"You better put me on your show, and you better do this or da la la." And you're looking at me like, "Bitch, it's my show. Why do I have to do what you're telling me to do?"
I have to make a meme out of that. Toodles.